Alright, so here's a quick tutorial on how to use a freaking sweet knot mandrel. You're going to have a mandrel here with the pattern engraved in it. You're going to have a bunch of these pins, which you're just going to stick in the holes. And once you're done with that, you're going to get your cord. And I recommend starting about halfway through your cord so that you can tie through it one way, and then when you run out of cord that way, you can flip it around to tie it the other way. But you're just going to start on any one of these pins. You could start here, you could start here, you could start down here. It doesn't matter. No matter where you start, you're going to come back to where you started. So then you just follow the path, whatever the pattern does. So here we go, I'm just laying down the string. Takes me down under that pin. And then here, I cross this other strand. So now the question is, do I go over that strand or do I go under that strand? So to find out, you have to look under the strand here. And we see that the engraved part is what goes over, okay? So the strand that we're laying down is the over side. So we're just going to go over that strand. Keep going, keep following. Now we get to here. You can see that the pattern that's laid down, the strand that's already down is the over. So we need to go under that strand. So I get the end of my cord here. I go under. Pull it all the way through. Keep going. Alright, so now we have two strands here, and you always got to be careful. I recommend making sure that the strands that you've laid down are still lined up with your pattern. If they get off, you can do the wrong move. But you can see here, under here, we have an over, and then here we go under. Okay. So again, at the end, my strand, go under. Alright, so I've gone through the entire knot, I've returned back to where I started. I didn't have much left, so what I'm going to do is going to go with this the other end of my strand and just do this first under here. This is just to kind of lock in the knot. So we've come back to the beginning. We've gone over under the next strand that's an under. I could have gone under this one, but it's just a little short there. But now we can take out the pins. And depending on what your knot mandrel is, you can slide it off onto the object that it's going to be on. Or if it's bracelet, you can just leave it on here and follow it through again. But this one is a globe knot, so I'm actually going to take this out and put it onto ball. So this is a 1-inch mandrel. So it was designed to go over a 1-inch ball. You can pick these styrofoam balls just at any kind of craft store or online. You can see it kind of starts to form around the ball here. Now at the top and bottom of the knot, it's really loose because those are where the bites are. But if we just start to follow the knot through the rest of our strand, start to look like something. So I'm going to just do this. Just do everything that this strand is doing here. So went over that strand, so I went over. Now I'm going to go under this next strand. Keep doing this until we get back to the beginning. Alright, so I'm back to the beginning. Starting to look a little more like something. We still have some really loose spots in here, but that's okay. We want to leave it loose until the end, because as we go through and add more passes, it'll start to take some of that slack where it needs it to stay even all the way around. Alright, so you might want to manually just kind of go through and try to even out all the crossings around the ball. Otherwise you might get some looser areas or tighter areas as we start to tighten it down. So you want to keep everything as even as possible, knowing that these loose areas will tighten down later. So I've done 2 passes. I'm going to go ahead and do a 3rd pass here. So I'm just going to keep following it again. Just going under and over every time. Alright, so I'm almost done here with my 3rd pass. Just going to finish up these last few moves. It can get tricky to get the strand under without a tool. So sometimes it's easier if you melt the tips of your strand. So I'm actually going to go do that. I'm going to light it with a match, melt it, kind of smooth out the tip. Alright, so now I have this nice clean tip. We're back to the beginning here, so I want to go under this last crossing. Alright. And there we go. Starting to look like a knot. Now, there is a little bit space left here. I might be able to go around a 4th time, but I'm going to leave it at 3. And now we just need to tighten it down. So I'm just going to start at the beginning here. Actually, I'm going to start here, pull out slack the other way. So if we start here, let's just follow it back around the same way we just came, and just slowly but surely pull out all of this slack. So we gotta go all the way back through the entire knot. Alright? You don't want to pull it really tight, you just want to pull it enough to get it kind of snug there. If you get too tight right off the bat, You might not be able to get your whole strand back through without uneven tensions around the knot. So after we're done with this, we might go through again if we still have too much slack. But generally this is good enough. Alright, so I've tightened it back, just this first pass back through. So here's the end of our strand. Now I gotta pull in the middle strand here and just keep going. So now it's just the middle strand all the way through. Alright, so I'm almost done tightening. You can see how much slack I've already pulled through. Just gonna keep going through the last few crossings. There we go. We've got a globe knot here. We can trim these ends, which I'll do here with an X-Acto knife, show you. So we can just pull that a little snug and come right in here. Same thing with this one. You don't even know where it starts or ends.